Imagine you are 25 years old. For the first time in your life, you are making real money, and you are eager to show the world that you finally made it. You walk into the dealership and take in the smell of new leather and high-end materials. You sit in the driver's seat, grip the steering wheel, and sign away a massive chunk of your future income in exchange for an immediate rush of dopamine. That $48,000 debt fractures into $947 blocks. It is a transition that makes a massive liability feel like a minor monthly subscription. The finance manager presents that monthly number as if it's the only figure that matters. By focusing entirely on what you owe every 30 days, you walk out feeling like you purchased your freedom, even as you lock yourself into a massive liability. For the first few weeks, the plan works. You drive off the lot and collect immediate validation. Your friends admire the car, your coworkers notice you, and you feel a sense of pride as you pull into your driveway. But there is a gap in this logic. It is easy to mistake the admiration people have for the machine for genuine respect for the person behind the wheel. The social high has a rapid expiration date. The novelty wears off quickly for everyone else, but the financial contract has only just begun, requiring years of silent, continuous payment. By month 4, the new car smell is gone. You've set up automatic payments because manually watching almost $1,000 drain from your checking account every 30 days is a painful reminder of the commitment. The base payment is just the beginning. Insurance adds $310 a month. Premium fuel adds $190, and maintenance adds $80 more. These create a monthly burden of $1,527, or over $18,000 annually. To keep the car, you start making quiet compromises. You skip the vacation. You eat out less. Your world begins to constrict. This isn't a sudden financial collapse. It's a slow, steady loss of flexibility that you don't notice until your options have vanished. The sticker price was merely the entry fee. These hidden carrying costs are what actually dictate how you live your life every single day. By age 27, the gap becomes visible. You look at your coworker, Devin. He makes your exact same salary and drives a 6-year-old economy car, but he just bought his first house. Here are 2 paths. Left, your car loses 60% of its value over 5 years. Right, Devin invests $1,200 a month at a 10% return. The combined depreciation and missed investment returns create a $73,000 total loss. This bar chart shows your remaining loan balance against the actual market value of it. After years of payments, your remaining debt is almost identical to what the car is worth. Your net worth in this asset is essentially zero. You pay thousands of dollars every year to guarantee you own nothing, while others use the exact same income to buy their future freedom. At 30, you sell the car. Watching the taillights disappear from your driveway, you don't feel regret. You feel a sudden sense of relief. That relief highlights the difference between expression and performance. Buying something to reflect who you are is expression. Buying something to change how other people perceive you is performance. When you stop paying for a performance, the anxiety of maintaining that image disappears. You finally have the mental clarity and the capital to start building actual wealth. Now you are 30. You drive an old, reliable car, and you have true peace of mind because you have a quietly compounding investment account. You realize the $73,000 mistake was about more than just a car. It was 5 years where your money could have been working for you, but instead it was tied to a depreciating piece of metal. The years between 25 and 30 are your most powerful years for investment. Because these dollars have the longest time to compound, they serve as the foundation for everything you build over the next 40 years. True wealth is built quietly in the dark through choices that purchase future options rather than trading your most valuable years for a current liability.